Young people are the future, but they're also the leaders of the present, which is right now, right? Which is why we're here. In line with that, I would like to invite to the stage, drum roll, please. You're supposed to do a drum roll. Somebody's not drumming. There we go. Fantastic. I would like to invite to the stage an amazing and diverse panel of speakers who are actively advocating in various policy spaces and driving change around the world. As they make their way up, please join me in welcoming our moderator for this panel, who has been working incredibly hard, Diana Zimroska, a dedicated member of the World Food Forum Youth Policy Board. There you are. I was like, where is she? Hi, Diana. Welcome. All right, and the distinguished panel of experts, I'm going to have them come up from Aya Munir, the one and only, focal point of Yongo Food and Agriculture Working Group. Come on up, Aya. Yes, you can. Thank you so much. Shreyaa Venkat, World Food Forum Youth Policy Board member, and David Giles, former Irish UN Youth Delegate, to the stage. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
So, okay. Have a fantastic panel. See you in a bit.
Hello, everyone. We're really happy to welcome you today at our first session. And we were talking together with our amazing youth leaders about how we can create inclusive space for young people to participate in agri-food policy making. And today we will start with Shreyaa. Please tell us about your work with Nest for Us and how you're working to help underrepresented communities to participate in policymaking.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having me here. Hi, everyone. I'm Shreyaa Venkat. I am a World Food Forum Youth Policy Board member representing the North America region. And in this capacity, I'm helping to co-create the North America Regional Assembly, which is focused on domestic school nutrition policy, as well as the SDG 2 Thematic Assembly, which is focused on the progress review of zero hunger. I'm also the founder and CEO of the nonprofit Nest for Us, which tackles over 14 sustainable development goals through a dual approach of awareness plus action. And in just 7 years, we've been able to grow our organization to over 7,000 volunteers of all demographics, who altogether have contributed over $4 million in value of volunteer hours, impacting tens of thousands in over 30 countries. With all that being said, it didn't come easy. When I first started my organization, I was just a 13-year-old girl with such a big dream to change the world. It can seem kind of intimidating at first, right? But, I've realized, as the years have gone on, I've oftentimes the only young person in these big decision-making spaces, and that can make you feel small, sometimes even insignificant at times. And for example, I went to a conference, a high-level conference, and I was handing my business card and connecting with one of the keynote speakers, and she took one look at it, she's about to pull out her card, looked at me again, and was like, I don't want to waste my business card on you. And that hurt, And that made me feel even more invisible. So I wanted to ask all of you, have any of you ever felt unseen, unheard, unaccepted just for being who you are? Raise your hand if you have. Exactly. Well, I didn't let that stop me, and it sure shouldn't stop any of you as well. Instead, it should give you greater purpose to ensure that this never happens again to you, to me, to any of us on stage. Any young person in the world should never have to feel this way. But we can't do this alone. It takes all of us. And I believe that leaders in all sectors should facilitate intergenerational dialogue, ensure equitable resource distribution, and design policies comprehensively that include each and every one of us. And it's really, really important to remember that we shouldn't tokenize underrepresented communities by having them in the room simply to check a box, but instead deploy strategies that take into account their values and causes that they truly care about. After all, it's not a matter of numbers, it's a matter of mindset. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for highlighting. Thank you so much, Shreyaa. Okay, let's get back to you, Shreyaa. Can you also tell us about how we can actually make sure that young people not only represented, but also can participate in decision-making in agri-food policies?
Yeah, I love that question. So for young people, oftentimes the lack of opportunity is one of the first barriers they face when working to achieve their goals and their dreams. But by providing this opportunity, it's actually a critical first step to ensuring more inclusive representation in agri-food policy, in agri-food systems transformation. And how does opportunity help transform that? Well, first and foremost, opportunity represents the power of agency. It's the forging of a path where people are given that choice to decide how they want to produce and acquire different resources, while also taking into account their personal values, their cultural beliefs, and their specific needs, while also ensuring an equitable distribution of accountability, which is really, really important. And it's the power to have a seat at the table, not just an invitation to attend. Opportunity also represents the power of authentic connections. Through my nonprofit Nest for Us, we've been able to redistribute over 2 million pounds of surplus food, equating to over $3.4 million in value of meals donated. But how? I mean, it seems so massive, but it's honestly through the multi-sectoral collaborations with the public, private, civil society sectors, all working together and believing in the power of young people to drive this transformative change. Whether on the ground through equitable resource provision or skills building, or in policy through prioritization and integration of community voices in these big decision-making spaces, connection is absolutely crucial. And lastly, opportunity represents the power and possibility of doing something real, something tangible, and something impactful. There are so many young people out there who are doing such fantastic work, but just due to this lack of opportunity, they're not able to take their ideas to the next level and turn them into a reality. But today, we can change that, and it starts with each and every one of us. At the end of the day, transforming change can only happen when the opportunity exists for each and every individual in the community food system, from producers, consumers, and everyone in between, to make a sustainable contribution in the way of their choice. So I ask all of you, I leave you all today with this question: how will you go back to your communities and take back agency, authenticity, and possibility to your own community food systems? Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Shreyaa, again, for your work with Nest for Us. And I think that's amazing to highlight that you actually help people from underrepresented and marginalized communities to actually participate in decision-making space. Thank you so much again for your work.